What's up, guys? Crypto Savvy here. I hope everybody had a great weekend. I want to wish everybody a fabulous Monday, and we're going to take a look at the charts. In yesterday's video, if you've seen it, we were talking about the 55 EMA on the weekly possibly being a double bottom area at the 7700, and it seems to be that's what happened. I did put it along there. If you belong to the Discord group, you've seen it. Also, don't forget, there is a free link to the Discord group in the description below the video. Awesome community, guys. Check it out. There's also some affiliate links that help the channel out, including my wife's webpage down there. So check it out. Help keep this content free. And let's get into the video. Alright guys, as always, I want to start out by saying I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This is my opinion and my view of the market only. Anybody that's doing any trading or investing in this market, I suggest you do your own due diligence and your own research, as this market is extremely volatile and risky. Also, keep in mind, it's still a speculative market. Do not put in more than you're willing to lose. With that being said, if you're new here, you haven't already, definitely hit the subscribe button in the lower right hand side of the screen. Tick the notification bell to get you notified when I post new videos. I do daily updates every single day. Also, guys, smash the likes, leave your comments down below. In the comment section down below, let me know if you're bearish or bullish in the long and the short term. I'm kind of curious to see where everybody's at on that. All right, so looking at this, as I believe this is the cycle we're in, I do believe we are in 2 right here, as you can see, and I do believe 3 will get us up here. As long as that 77 holds, I still think it's possible to see new all-time highs this year. I've been talking about that for quite some time. Let's go into the weekly. And as you can see, 55 EMA, like I said yesterday, should hold as support at the 7700. And like I said, I did put it along in here in the Discord group. So I am still in that and will remain in that unless things change. So what we could be looking at here, guys, is a great weekly candle, a green weekly candle. Definitely possible. We'll keep an eye on it. Let's go into the daily. So in the daily on Bitcoin, stretch it out a little bit. All right, guys. So what we've been talking about is there's definitely still a possibility of lower lows, and we'll look at that right now. If we do a measured move off of this as a descending triangle, I tell you what, let's take a look at the bigger one first. I already did this video once this morning, and for some reason it didn't work out, so I'm redoing it. All right. So if we looked at this whole thing as a descending triangle, which a lot of people are, the measured move off that gets us all the way down to the 4500 area. The measured move off measuring this part as a descending triangle gets us to the 6300 area, and that's if the 77 doesn't hold, guys. As of right now, it seems to be holding just fine. And what I wanted to talk about also was the 77 holds, and then we get support on the 8,000. Then we're looking at going up to test the $8,800 range. And if we could break through that, make that support, then the 9,300 range. And if we are able to break above the $9,350, $9,400 range, then we can look again at these higher highs. And again, guys, if 77 holds, I still believe it's possible to see new highs this year. And we'll talk about that later. But as of right now, we'll look at if we were to break up above this bull flag that I've had drawn in here for months and months, and let's say we popped out in this area somewhere, we'll get us back up to this high here. Then we'll see what happens if that was the break, guys. I believe it'll be pretty violent upward movement. So anyways, like I said, I'm looking for 8,000 to hold here. If that's able to hold, then I'm looking to retest the 8,800 range. And if this breaks, then I'm looking more down towards the 6,300 range. So that is where I'm at with that. Let's look at the RSI on the daily. I drew this falling wedge in here. Not sure if that's correct yet. I did have it up here like this, which could still be right, where we broke down out of it. Now we got to break back in. But as of right now, I'm going to leave this here like this. But anyways, yeah, another thing I wanted to point out, as you see here, on our daily, we're kind of making lower lows still if this candle was to close here. If we look at the RSI, that's bullish divergence. We're getting higher highs here. Let's look at the 4-hour RSI. And as you guys know, we've been watching this falling channel, and it seems to be that we're trying to pop out of it now. We do have another hour. This is 7 o'clock and I'm recording this, to come back down in here, and that would be bearish. But if we close above this, guys, come back down, test it for support, I believe it's going to be a hell of a move up. But again, keep an eye on this area. Let's look at the 4-hour RSI, and we'll take a look at why I was looking at 77 to be a double bottom. Yesterday, I had this rising wedge in here. If we measure the width of the rising wedge at the widest point, then go to where we broke down, that gets us right to where we landed at the 7,700 range. That is why I put a long in there, guys. But yeah, it hit nicely. As long as this holds, everything is looking pretty damn good, guys. So yeah, as long as we can close above this falling channel, I think we're in good shape. Let's go over to Litecoin. But before I do, I want to remind you guys, my wife's webpage is up. It is Ink Your Image, Ink, U-R-I-M-A-G-E. Your is you-are, not your. So inkYourImage.com. The signs are in there. And I do want to remind you before we go into Litecoin that these signs are in different sizes for different prices. There's shirts, coffee mugs, beer koozies, hats. Check it out. Awesome gear, guys. And if you want something else different, she can put anything you want on it. So let's go into Litecoin. And that really helps support the channel if you use my wife's webpage, guys. So anyways, let's look at Litecoin now. Now, Litecoin, we look like we come back down and tested this falling wedge for support, got support, and now we may be continuing up. We still have lower lows possible in here, and we'll take a look at that. Take a look at the big one here. If we looked at this as a flagpole, and if we broke down from here, looking at this as a descending triangle, measured move off that would be around the $30 range. But if we're able to hold support around the 54.55, I believe we can continue up, and the break of that would be the 7,700 range. But before that, we would measure the falling broadening wedge at the widest point, and if we are to keep above that, looking at the 67.38 range. Let's go into the RSI. Daily RSI, same thing like Bitcoin. We have a falling channel here, and do we come back down and test it for support down here, or do we come up and test the resistance? That'll be the telltale. Let's go into the 4-hour and look at that. That might give us a better idea. As you can see, the 4-hour, we had this rising channel we broke down out of, got resistance on it. Now we've broken through. That seems pretty bullish, guys. If we come back down, test this for support, I believe we're going to have nice moves up. Now let's look at the price action in the 4-hour. So in the 4-hour price action, same thing. I'll show you those in a smaller time frame. If we are able to get support on the top of this falling broadening wedge, the measured move off that is around the 67.38 range, which would also line up with the 200 EMA on the 4-hour. And another way to look at that, guys, would be, well, let's look at this too. If we measured this as the flagpole, and this was a bear pennant, which would be a descending triangle, the breakdown from that would get us around that $41 range. So that's where we're at with that. And if this whole thing was measured as the flagpole and we broke down from there, that'd be around the $30 range. But again, guys, I'm looking, it looks like we want to stay above this $55 range. And if we do, like I said, our next move's up, we'll probably get resistance at the 55 EMA around $60 and then 67. And our next resistance would be at the $77 range. Depending on what Bitcoin does, if Bitcoin continues, I think Litecoin will continue up too for some nice highs. But keep in mind, we got to hold above this $52 area. If we break below that, then we're looking at the 48, 41. Check it out. We will see what happens, guys. I will keep you updated, so make sure you're subscribed to the channel. And yeah, I want to remind you guys, check out my wife's webpage, inkYourImage.com. There is a link below in the description. Really helps support the channel, guys. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, definitely subscribe by hitting the Crypto Savvy logo above my head. Tick the notification bell to get you notified, because I post new videos every single day to keep you updated. And by hitting the notification bell, that'll keep you notified. Smash the likes, leave your comments, let me know long-term and short-term if you're bearish and or bullish. I am very curious to see what everybody has to say. Have a great day, and I am out.